Well, next week is Eating Disorder Awareness Week, and this is one of those things that we need to talk about as a community. It is a serious problem and it can be deadly, but there is hope and there is treatment. And this morning we have Gourley and Cathy Blake here to continue the conversation with us. And ladies, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us as always.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, certainly an important week, I think, as we look back and even in our present, we know people who struggle, who have that relationship, that bad relationship with food, and it kind of starts at an early age, right?
Sure, it can start at an early age, and it can you can see it in different ages throughout the lifespan actually, but yeah, we're seeing it younger and younger, unfortunately.
And you work firsthand with some of these clients. Tell me a little bit about what you do.
Sure, so I am a therapist. I'm an LPC licensed professional counselor, and I work on an outpatient basis with clients primarily with eating disorders. So that's my specialty. So I do outpatient mental health work with them.
And several different types of eating disorders too.
Yeah, so Cathy and I often will refer patients, their clients, back and forth. She works with them on the mental health side, and then we help address the diet, make sure they're meeting their needs. And you know, it can be anorexia, it can be bulimia, it can be binging, it could just not having a healthy relationship with your body. It's a very broad category, and I love what Cathy said. It doesn't necessarily manifest at a young age. It can, but we see women and men as old as 40, 50, 60 that are dealing with eating disorders. So it can definitely touch the spectrum of ages and genders.
So this week coming up, an important time to really think about the symptoms and what we might see that might be an indicator. What should we be watching out for?
Sure, so some symptoms of an eating disorder, you might see just some odd behaviors with food, such as maybe not wanting to eat food in public or around others, having a lot of rules or rigidity or fears or anxieties around food, maybe behaviors like taking really small bites or cutting food up into small pieces, anything that seems out of the ordinary of how one might eat food, or just a lot of talk or focus on food. And if it seems to be disrupting their everyday life or function, if it seems to be pulling someone out of a social situation, I don't want to attend that party, I don't want to go somewhere because there's going to be food there and that's really scary for me. Those types of things are really red flags for eating disorder.
But the good news is with both of you, there is hope, there's treatment, you can learn to get past it.
Absolutely, yes. So I think awareness is key in knowing that there are providers out there that will help support you through that journey, and I think it takes a team of people, and that's why, you know, we work with different aspects of treating eating disorders, but there's definitely hope. There's definitely recovery stories. It's definitely challenging, and that's why I think it takes a village, but it's definitely doable. And there actually is a really high prognosis for recovery for eating disorders, which is great.
And that is the good news. And we have a phone number and a website right there on your screen. If you know of someone that may be suffering from an eating disorder, reach out to these ladies and get some help and help them, because we can see how dangerous it can be. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
We'll be right back.